Obi biara wa be ba ha biara na eni de kwan so ano se de dane ye no
no akom asenkom de ya dom e mo bi mfa ne yem kom e me da o
tia obi biara
empene chonkom o de yonkom ni bafita ayu nyame ena wunya nipa bebini ayabonsam wadada wo ama wada wudi nyane o sesan shebre na wajiwani munyam ni oye waja akwa no to wo na na ene lenti
I see you.
I say you na bosom ensombo
Eric Goggins me hu
kuruba mulini ena yensom no osi akaye nye na emu wo ya akankyere enu nti na furu aboma ena
me pa chao nana shade ni me chia obi biara Eric Goggins I've seen you Shabrok Bashkara I'm in today. I will try to blend the English and my language because I'm speaking for Africa, so please when you are here kindly share. I'm playing a music at the back. He is called Kwame Brinya. Listen to the words he is saying. I think this man, he needs our support. This man over there, Kwame Brinya, is making some conscious music. I am playing. Kindly listen to the voice. Listen to what the words are saying. If you are here, share the video for me. Invite your people because Africa, we need to go back to our roots. There are some things we need to go back and learn. Today, that is the topic. If we are saying our gods, they are powerful, Africa were powerful, why then was our oppressors able to enslave us? Kindly share and listen to the music I'm playing at the back. I'm trying to share to the groups. Thank you.
No chain na kuma mkom no akom asenkom die ya dom e mo bi mfa ne yemkom emedada o shawa komfo empene chonkom o de yonkom ni bafita ayu nyame ena wunya nipa bebini ayabo
Samson mechiao
wadada wo ama wada wudi nyane o sesan shebre na wajiwani munyam ni oye waja akwa no to wo na na ene nenti wo bu na na ntia o se ye na bosom ensombo na so oye ni kuruba mulini ena ye ensom no o se akaye nye na emu wo ya akwankyere enu nti na furu aboma ena wo ya akonkyere enkyere wo na nugu nkwam ena ne wo asikyire na wo ntere mpampam ye na nanu moja ohweguma aye no aye kwa ena ne ye no owo bi moja sensa shawonsa ese ya santuwa ana Mary Magdalene utiri ni ese anachidie ana Yohane Suboni wo ya afran ene ye bo so wo kram na so one to me and kram and I will see akosha kram uno ho na je ho na je fo no wara me ya kwa me nyom makomi so ani a ma me more piafo
Enuanom e ba be start it.
This is Kwame Nkrumah. I present to you LOL, Lost
yourself to the world. Me home. Uncle and die for one more. Uncle and daddy for one more.
Rest in peace, the Bakulio. Your mama 10 years ago. What's the matter?
Yo, mommy started. Now, the time we know how me and Kasama check. Before I start, make us my sorry, send me check 10 minutes. I always say, it's a time where we need to respect time. So what you say? And you know,
how can we let them see? Or that's me, or the camp for candy obey or China can home. Or the park or car the count.
So what I say, it is saying on me pacha Ubaso I know I say something wise words from the man now. I'm touched by what he said. This is so true. Yeah. I like his music so much. I'm always listening to his conscious music. Mama forms on shady and then they say Masaba has said today I will try to blend the English. Like I said, I am doing this for Africa and a whole. You understand? Many a times people have been saying, Shady, you have been teaching about stuffs of our ancestors. You always say that our ancestors are powerful. The gods are powerful. They were the people, they were trying to connect, or they knew how to connect with nature. They knew how to connect with spirit. So, if our gods were so powerful, why? Van Dyke, I agree to you. Why then was Mbrofono, the Ojibo man, they were able to enslave us? This has been questions that has been going on, and I always wanted you people to know where I can start from, so that you know that the ancestral sacrifice or the ancestral worship, it is not something bad. So I have always thought about what ritual is. Sacrifice, I have taught what sacrifice is. If you go to my YouTube page, Shady's Media GH, I have taught about what is called ancestral veneration. Why do we even have to call upon our ancestors? Why do we even call upon our gods when we are in need? These are some of the things I've been teaching on my YouTube media, Shady's Media GH. And people have been asking me, what you are teaching, these were the stuffs our ancestors were doing. So it doesn't make sense, because especially the people, they are called atheists or atheists or whatever it is. So the question has been like, if you are teaching us how to protect ourselves, if you are teaching us about rituals, our ancestors were doing that, and Nunti Ebane saying, what happened that if they were so powerful, how were they able to enslave us? Yo, P Black too, I've seen you, Van Dyke, Opoku Mechiamu, and I'm a body Teutoniaco. I'm just teaching a little bit. It has been a question that everybody has been asking a lot. And I want to use English or try to mix the English, because our African diasporans, or our people who went to the other nations or the other countries because of slave trade, they still have doubt when you try to speak about African spirituality, because it is the same question they have been asking. If you are telling me our ancestors are powerful, why were they enslaved? So I have seen that it has been a question that it has been coming a lot. That is why people are afraid to go back, because they feel that there was nothing powerful our ancestors were doing and they were enslaved. Today, by the power of our ancestors, I am going to explain why and how, so that we will take a lesson from it. If they were powerful, are the gods supposed to be blamed? If the gods were powerful, they were supposed to tell us many questions and all that. By the powers given to me by my ancestors, I am here. First, before I will start, what we are all supposed to know, there was a young woman said, we are Africans, and we need to say our story the way it fits us. I repeat, we are Africans, and we need to say our story. We need to explain our story the way it fits us. P Black Mitchell. Somebody will ask me why, because there have been stories, there has been histories. I quote from Kwame Nkrumah's book. book, African Unite. I quote from his book that the stories that we all came to meet, they were the stories that was written by our slave masters. Listen and listen good. The stories that we have heard, the stories that we came to hear, it was a story that was written by our oppressors. And Kwame Nkrumah explained, I didn't meet anybody, but Kwame Nkrumah wrote his own book, and he said that when he was given the office, to take care or to take control of Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah said when he went to the office, he didn't meet not even a pen in the office. That is why I am quoting from Kwame Nkrumah, African Unite. I forget the page, but he stated, say, Emra Yaman, when he was given the chance to go to take the office, when Kwame Nkrumah went to the office to take care, and all our oppressors had left the country, he didn't see even a penny in the office. That means the things that were for us, the stories that people wrote, they all were burnt. Ebenezer never give up. No, he said they are limiting our views, but I don't know. So what you say? And Kwame Nkrumah was telling us that when he took office, there wasn't nothing. He didn't know even about our culture. He said when they left, the only thing we were able to make was kente weaving. And the Embrofono has taken everything. So I am asking you a question. Those people who wrote what? The story that we came to meet, especially we the new generations, these stories was written by our oppressors. A question I will ask you is that if you are a person and you have been given the mandate to write a history about you, how are you going to write it? This is a question, an open question I am asking my African people. If it were to be you, and I am book any pen say write about your story and I say your biography, we are going to put it on your friend is a Wikipedia. My brother, tell me the truth. How would the history be? How will you write your own biography? You are going to write it to favor yourself. So that is how the Ojibo man, that is how our oppressors, they wrote the story that we came to meet. That is why they say that our ancestors were not able to write our history, because they tell us that they were not able to write. It's a pity. That is how the oppressors made us to believe that our ancestors, they were not able to write. Who told you your ancestors were not able to write? Because the oppressors, when they were writing their history, when they were writing the story for us to come and meet, that is what they gave to us after they enslaved us. So whatever we know, whatever we think our ancestors did, and some of the diasporans, they are still angry for our ancestors. Please, if you are still angry that your ancestors, they did something bad to you, today I have been given the mandate by our ancestors to explain things to you. Maybe today you are going to explain why we were able, or why our oppressors were able to enslave us. Don't be angry about your ancestors. Never. Never say that your ancestors, they had no knowledge. Never say that na omu di omu jimi, na omu nim nyansa, na eyeba jimi bre. If the gods are not supposed to be there and there because they didn't help us. My brother, I started from a place. I am telling you, story be a better Oyibo man and a Chiroma. And when the Oyibo man or our oppressors are writing their story or their history, definitely they are going to write it in favor of themselves. So they came to tell you that, or what we came to meet is that our ancestors, they sold us. Our ancestors, they sold themselves. Black man sold themselves. It is a lie. We never sold ourselves. I have given the mandate by our ancestors to tell you this. We never sold ourselves. The time that we were able to sell ourselves, it was meant for a reason, and today I am going to explain everything to you. Kindly share and invite your people, especially the religious people. They say that our ancestors had nothing and the gods blah blah. Today we are going to try our best to explain. Yo, Sushini, Jabani, it has been a long time I heard from you. P Black Simon share, please share. Now, let me tell you what I have been given the mandate, or what I have been meditating, and what I have gotten. How our ancestors were enslaved is religion. Listen good. It is religion. Somebody will say, or people say that we were religious. No, we weren't religious. We were spiritualists. So the main thing, how they enslaved our ancestors, it is religion. Number one, the Bible, the book, Christianity, Islam. That is the first thing. That is how our ancestors, they were enslaved. How did it happen? Now, before the coming of the Europeans, what you have to know was that our ancestors, they knew who, let me use God, God, but that doesn't mean a supreme being. No. Our ancestors knew that there were gods. Listen. Our ancestors said, there are gods. There wasn't no supreme being. There wasn't any supreme God. And it doesn't mean that there is a supreme God. Something you get to be satisfied. So in our ancestors, the word God doesn't mean a supreme being. Listen today. The word God means something that you get to be satisfied. If I am translating to our language, it is called Nyame. Adiebiara unya na wame. And the Oyibo said God. So the God in our ancestors, it didn't or never meant that there is a supreme being. No. But our ancestors knew that there were gods. Please listen good. Shalom. Our ancestors knew that there are gods. Now, why do they know that there are gods? One, they know that anything that serves you right, or anything that you get and you become satisfied, is something called God. So let me pass through. According to the cosmology of the Akan concept of creation, which I am not going to talk about it today, we believe that the gods are the three gods. Let me use the supreme or something. That's a cosmology. This is a concept. The sun god, the moon god, and the creator. The creator in our language, it is called Obadie Bole Bole. Obadie Bole Bole. This creator, in its own image, in its own spirit, created what? Living things. Created the trees, the mountains, the water bodies, etc. So according to the cosmology, the Akan concept, and what makes sense say one day, we believe in the three gods: the sun god, the moon god, and the creator. And this is scientifically proven because this, you can see them. It is the sun that gives us light, and I can see the sun. So if our ancestors say that it is a god, it means that so we need the sun to survive. So if you go to the ancient Egypt, Kemet, they also know Amen-Ra, which is what? The sun god. We have the moon god. Our ancestors believed there was a moon god, which in our cosmology, or when it comes to the Akan kinship, it is represented by the Queen Mother. And we believe that there is a creator, Obadie Bole Bole, which his own image or spirit created what? The mountains, created the trees, created the river bodies, and etc. So our ancestors, they knew, they knew. They didn't believe. They knew it because they had contact, close contact with them. This wasn't like there is somebody who created something out where and they should believe. No, our ancestors were not like that. They know what it is. So they know that the sun is a god, the moon is a god, and the living things, they are all gods. So in our terms, it was called Nyame Adia Unya Nawame. And because our ancestors, listen to where I'm coming from. I am using religion, but I will twist something over here. So listen carefully. Now, because our ancestors, Because they see everything as God. So they pay homage, they pay respect, they give the maximum respect, homage, everything to a living body. Whether being the trees, whether being the animals, whether being we ourselves. So we see ourselves as what? Nyame. And tonight we have a proverb. We say that Nyame bofu or bofu pa. So our ancestors see God in us. So because of that, we pay maximum respect. We treat everybody like God. Listen, there is a mistake here. So pay attention attentively. So because they see everything as God and they were paying good homage, they respect nature, they respect human being. This is how it happened. So now the Ojibo man came. Listen, because there is a term that is used for the Ojibo man or the white man as abrofo. This abrofo, when it comes to our language, it means obrofo, obi awedu abro. My brother, let's understand our language. We will understand what our ancestors meant. Why did our ancestors call them broni and I said or abrofo? Or say omubedi yen abro. My brother, brofo na chese obedi wo abro. They came to deceive us. Our language, in the true meaning of broni or brofono, when we translate to English, they came to deceive us. So this was known by our ancestors. That's why I'm trying to explain. Now, since our ancestors, they are spiritually inclined and they respect human beings so much, they love everybody like themselves. When the Ojibo man came, our ancestors believe, or that is what they see everybody as what? Nyame. So they gave these people the maximum respect. They loved them. They took them as their fellow people. They were like, no, they are also creatures of what? Or they are also creatures. So let's give them the same respect we are going to, we give to ourselves, because they are also speaking. Even though we don't understand them, they also can eat. So they are like us. It's because of color, it doesn't matter. So let's accept them. So our ancestors being so good, being so loving, being so God inclined, they what? Took our oppressors, the Ojibo man. Listen very carefully. They took them as their brothers. Anyway, is it a mistake to take somebody as your brother? We are going to understand some things. Now, so like we were treating ourselves, they try to what? Explain things to them. These are our gods. This is what this God do. Every God be out on a purpose. Let me use abosom. Let me use abosom, or they say smaller gods. There is nothing called smaller gods. There is nothing called idol. There is no smaller God, and today we are going to understand how the whole thing became like there is a supreme God and our gods are lesser gods. Listen carefully. By the mandate given to me by my ancestors, for me to explain to you so that you will understand very carefully. So, we know that there are gods already. You are my God because you can help me. So when this white men came, we took them as gods too, because they are also people. And like I said, in ancestral veneration, the one thing that deals is what? Love. Love and law. So our ancestors, they were dealing with laws. So in this time, they will say that don't go to the sea, you can't go. In this day, they will say that don't do this, you can't do it. So it was what? Law and love. That is why during that time, they were living peacefully. First, moving forward, when they came, now we try to teach them our staffs. Listen, so we told them that they are gods. And our ancestors were performing them. Let me use miracles so that you will understand. They were doing those powerful staffs for the people to see, using the gods. And they'll be like, hey, how did you do it? And they will tell you, this is the gods. This is what we do. We pour libation. We use water. We use the sun. We use the moon. My brother, these people were mesmerized. Like, hey, who are these people? Because I've taught already rituals, how to connect with the moon and all that. Our ancestors know how to connect with the moon. They were doing mysterious things that they couldn't understand. When they even went to Egypt, The pyramid was even a surprise for them. So they saw that, no, these people have something good. These people. So according to the letter of King Leopold II, when he wrote it to the missionaries to go to Congo, he stated in it that we knew God and we are what? Morally inclined. Because so our ancestors were morally inclined. So this is what the whole thing happened. So not knowing when they were coming, they had their own what? So when our ancestors were teaching them, they were learning. So they knew how to what? Now they knew how to. They were not knowing, say, we were showing them the gold, the resources. We have this, we have that. We took them as brothers. I don't blame them because in spirituality, you take everything as God. That's why I am telling you that we need to learn something. So I am telling you how it is so that we can learn something from it. What are we also going to learn and what are we going to change? Now, after that, they went back without enslaving us. They came to learn everything. Listen, because first when they came, not all of them came. It was like 3 people. What I know, what I read from Kwame Nkrumah's book, he said that it was what? Vasco da Gama, who started before Diaz, Bartolomé Diaz. After Bartolomé Diaz, then Don Buja, I forgot them, but history was telling me that they came like 3 people or 4 people or like a group of people, not all, many people. Patrick Ivy, that is what I'm teaching. And I make me go to a mature. Why? So we taught them everything. They didn't fight us. They didn't do anything bad to us. They knew we have gold, we have diamonds, etc. Now over there they have problems because they were also on their monarchy. So they needed things and they were wars over there too. So they needed gold, diamonds. When they came to see that, they went back. Now draw their plan very well. Listen. They drew their plans. Everything. Especially they knew about our spirituality. So that is where they touched the most. They knew that we love a lot. They knew that we believe that there is God. They know that there might be something or an energy that created everything, but that energy is not known. So, my brother, listen to how we steal. When we are coming to steal you, when I am an armed robber, listen, and I am coming to steal you, I use what? The truth, and I mix with lies. If you understand this today, you will not believe in this God, G-O-D, again. You will not even say that there is a God. This was what they used. Now listen to me. I said by the power given to me by my ancestors, I am explaining things so that we what? Retract from our ways. They went back to do their stars. Our gods were powerful. They knew that time when they came first, they know that we were what? Paying homage. We were doing everything to them. So our gods were serving us. When whatever we need, they were giving it to us. So they knew how we were spiritually inclined. So when they were coming, where they planned most was religion. Now, our spirituality, they have to return it into what? Religion. It will be easy for me to steal you when I know the truth about you. Example, Regina, or example, Kwa 40. When you are in your house and you are married, and maybe I am your neighbor, or I have timed you, Mashada every do. I know that you go to work at 8 o'clock. I know that after 8 o'clock, you come home 12 o'clock for lunch. When you are coming home, you use this kind of example. So I have timed you. I know what you do. So that is the truth I am going to take. So one day when I want to steal you, or I want to invade you, when there is a day like 12 o'clock, you are not going home. I will come to your wife. I will tell him that your husband says that today at 12 o'clock, he is not coming home. I know that he goes to work at 8 o'clock, but today something happened. I will use the truth and I will mix with lies. And it will be very easy for me to what? To steal you. That is how this most of the what? Armed robbers, they go. Or maybe point, you know, so they mix with the lies. Now, coming forward, straight coming forward. When they were coming, they knew how spiritually inclined we were. They knew that we know that there is what? Gods, or there are gods, but there is no a supreme being. So when the white man was coming, this is what he did. Oh, okay. We have learned a lot about yours, but when we went back, we also did blah blah blah. But then there is a supreme God that created these gods. How they changed it was like they know the supreme God. That supreme God created everything. That supreme God created even the gods that we are serving. We don't serve, but for history's sake, let me use that so that we will all understand. That supreme God is the Almighty God. That supreme God is the God that created this abosom. That supreme God is the God that created all these plants, that waters. So if you people are serving these creatures, there is a supreme God that you need to give the whole thing to what? To, or the homage. Don't be doing that. And listen good. They didn't start from our elders. Listen, they didn't start from our elders. Letters are there. Do you know they are worshiping our gods? I'll come there, Aaron. They started from where? From the children. Letters from King Leopard are there. When you read, you are going to see it. When they were coming, they said that let's go and destroy their spirituality. Let's tell them that there is a supreme God that created these smaller gods. And they started from our children, started teaching them, and our children started becoming what? Rebellion. Some of our ancestors, the truth is one, or some of our ancestors or the elders, because they are too spiritualist, because they want to see this supreme God, now they also took it like, okay, let us downfold, let us leave the smaller gods and let us search for this greater God, or this Almighty God who created everything. That for me, it is a mistake. That for me, our ancestors, it is a mistake. Within that time, maybe they know why they wanted to see that supreme God. So today, this is number one. I am here to tell you that being too spiritually can be a downfall. You might not understand me today, but I am taking it as a lesson from our ancestors. Being too spiritually, because our ancestors were so spiritual that when they knew, they came to know that there is a supreme God who created these smaller gods. They stopped whatever they were doing to what? These smaller gods, and they started to search for this supreme God. He doesn't exist. Nobody. Nothing exists like that. So the realities our ancestors were doing, Afri omujaye at the bar form. Nanaje Richie, teach them. They need to know more. Nanaje, yeah, today I have to teach a lot. Nayanti as yes, mistake. Yes, our ancestors did mistake. Now the mistake, are we still repeating? And we are going to learn a lot today. I might say it, Nananom, forgive me, but you gave me the mandate. When I want my mandate today, now yes, mistake I'm here. Now you see there because man, I can say the ultra esano on names and the chi day. Achia and Nananom and the Mijinamosoa, Nami boom, me mu esremo say, Mama Kano Kureno. This was a mistake that was done by our ancestors. They left our smaller gods, not because our smaller gods were not powerful, but because they were so spiritually inclined and they wanted to see this supreme God. Not knowing said Bronino, Wadrodro Bibi, Atrotro Bibi, man. The mind is the best application. Say the beya Abraham Bemoshe or can have a trainer that would trim on. So obi etuni wa drena unye nipa biem. You can have the degree, you can have whatever, but you'll be a smaller person. That is why we can see consultants, we can see medical people, medical doctors sitting under obinim. So Wakobo degree, he has gotten the education from school, but obinim betime yusu adwene bi de beat you na owe it's the mind. Judge Charles said they are still repeating the mistakes every day by drinking their wine. And number one, and to mistake now make kind of actually want to say our ancestors. Please, this is a mistake they did. But to me, or the Omaka say a mistake because they wanted to see this who Supreme God is. This Supreme God may say your ancestors never knew him. Also what did Jesus Christ been a buyer or ancestors not on him. After definitely on Bible ne air brain and almost air back say now only BB. Say not. Let me continue. So number one, they were too spiritually inclined. And today I am standing and telling you that when you are too spiritually one sheni over tough. The common sense must also work a lot. But cancer is your assembly so. And no spiritually, no, that is how we are. What you are supposed to know, they say a black man is different from an Ojibo man. Why we to be a unim? You're different. You're different. And we can't compare ourselves to them. Look at their gaze and things they are doing. We don't like it. We don't like it because that is not how we are. So we are two different creations. You have to know and understand from now. If you are telling me that there is one God that created the same being on the boy, why did that God give us melanin and one more melanin? Why is it that the white man doesn't have a melanin? My brother, we are two different people. We are two different people. I preach love. I love them. I'm living with them. But what you are supposed to understand, and they say, you're different creatures. Bedunya say very different. Exactly. Messi what to point out. You will never compare yourself with them. They are different, and we are different. And they created that God concept. God concept, they created it. There is nobody who is existing called God. Because I'm too spiritually, meaning I can teach you how to connect with the moon. And the next Sunday I will teach the things we are supposed to go back. We are supposed to go back for. That's why I want you to understand today why we were enslaved. The next week Sunday I will teach you if we come to understand the petty mistakes they did, we were enslaved. I feel also be serious. And you be serious. So what you say? Prince Dodo said, human beings were created to worship each other. What you are doing right is part of worshiping God. Meda say, 89 and say, oh sum obimpuna, oh sum nyame. Sa nyame no ana meka kire wo say, ye na nanom no mo nka se nyame bia obo bibia wo ho. There be na mum omo se enyame. So they knew gods. Our ancestors knew that there are gods. And these gods can be you. Name there are spirits. They animate themselves. On my YouTube. Animating themselves like creatures. Let me just leave that. How powerful they were. No? If you understand that, because wow. But if they were powerful, how were we enslaved? That is where. You need my number, please contact me on my messenger. So that is how it is. Now, because they were too spiritually, they went to search for this God. Some left worshiping the smaller gods as they say. But there is no smaller God. My brother, from today, understand that there are gods and there is no smaller, a supreme God. That mistake that our ancestors did, they tried to search for that God and they portray or they left the abosumono. And no, I am number one. So now, if I am a bosom, listen on. Now I'm going deep again. You have gotten to know that our ancestors, they left the abosom, and now they were searching for what? The supreme God, he doesn't exist, so he doesn't have even a power. They were believing in Jesus, he doesn't exist, so they didn't have any power. Until now, they have forsaken the abosom. My brother, listen. Now they were searching for a supreme God. They abandoned the smaller gods that they were giving us the power things, that they were showing us how to connect with nature. They were telling us that if you use this herb, you are going to cure this. They they left them searching for a supreme God because they wanted to know this supreme God. My brother, let me stick in here. If our ancestors were looking or searching, if they were searching for this supreme God, and because of that, they left or they abandoned the lesser gods, and because of that they were enslaved, or it is part of why they were enslaved. What lesson are we learning from it today? Question. I said they did a mistake. So if it was a mistake, me and you, what are we learning from it? Are we not still following the same God? Are we not still forsaking creatures? Yes, you know, I was saying you want any no. Yen nipana, I was saying you want ekasa ye. Our creatures that are living with us, they are bosom that they are with us now. I was saying any dear Emma one. This thing that we are supposed to pay homage to, no? Are we not the same? We have still lived these things, and we are still paying homage or praying to a God that doesn't exist. A Jesus that never saved us. Are we not still repeating the same? This is a question. %90 of African popularity, they are still searching for a God who doesn't exist. We have been searching for him since we were enslaved, and we haven't seen him. He hasn't appeared to anybody. He said he is coming to save us. But when we were in trouble, and let me use it. Our smaller gods didn't, or they were not able to help us. What happened to that Almighty God? If he existed, and our ancestors or our gods they forsook us, or that Almighty God, that supreme God who saved Egypt, if he is for you, why didn't he save our ancestors too? Wise up. Wise up. We are funny say, okay, they are smaller gods. Yes, our gods are smaller gods. And they were not able to help us. They are not able to help us because we forsake them. What happened to that Almighty God and Jesus? Didn't that Almighty God save Israel? Why didn't he save us? Because he hates us. Because he hates Africa. Let's look at his angels. All the angels that he knows. Angel Gabriel, Angel Michael, Angel Raphael. That God doesn't know you. Please. That is the mistake our ancestors did. They tried to search for that God who doesn't exist. For only Israel. And we are still searching for the same God. We are still praying to the same God. We have left our humanity. Instead of us to serve our humanities as our ancestors were doing before enslavement, they were paying homage to the trees. They were connecting with nature. They pay homage to Abosom. That's what they were doing. But when they left those things, searching for a God or a supreme God, the Igbo man had the opportunity to enslave us. We always say that Ome Jimmy, but we are still following the same thing. That's why when I pour libation, I always ask for forgiveness from them. Say, every day when I'm pouring libation, I ask forgiveness. I didn't understand. But when I sat down to understand, I was like, yo, because if even me now, there are things that I can research. Now I understand their language. Just imagine how they brought the Bible. When they brought the Bible was written in Greek, Hebrew. Your ancestors didn't understand Hebrew. So how were they able to translate the Bible to them? Have you sat down to even ask yourself that question? Have you asked that question? If I speak Spanish to you right now, how would you understand what I'm saying? They didn't understand. That was why today I've been given the mandate to tell you that they didn't understand anything. But the only thing the Oyibo man made us understood is that there is a supreme God. And they left searching for that supreme God. If that was a mistake they did, why are we repeating the same mistake? Why are we repeating the same mistake? And it's our time, if they didn't have things to research, me and you, we have things to research. Now we understand the language of the Oyibo man. We are stupid more than our ancestors. Sorry. We have to accept that even this juncture, at this 21st century, you can type everything, you can research everything, and we are still following this God and Jesus that they used to enslave us. Come on, my brother. Go back, sit down, relax, and research. So our ancestors, they left searching for who? For a supreme being. There is no supreme being anywhere. If you are sitting here waiting for somebody called Jesus to come and save your ass as a black man, my brother, sorry to say, you need brain sanitizer. Now let me tell you how powerful they were. Story or history is telling us that not all of our ancestors left the gods, and those though they were not able to enslave them. For example, they wrote the story for you to know that our gods were powerless. So then almost true story no say now let me give you example of how powerful our ancestors were. They wrote their story, or after they enslaved us, they wrote the story so that their story will look genuine and ours will look so stupid and ours will look evil. There is nothing called blood sacrifice. Using a human being to sacrifice a human being, nobody. It was written by what? Your oppressors. If you know the gods well, if you have been to the gods, if you have been connected to them, there is no God that wants sacrifice of a human being. They wrote the story for you, my brother. There's nothing like that. The gods they don't even like blood. Let's look at our ancestors. If what I'm saying, if it is wrong, our ancestors were even worshiping animals. The only time they kill animal is for a purpose, and I've taught all that on my YouTube. So who told you? That is how they are the oppressors. They brought our own history and they lied to us. They made us know that there is a supreme God, and our ancestors being so spiritually inclined that they see everything as God. They gave them brotherly love, not knowing they were what? They were evil people, not knowing they were coming for our gold. And our ancestors, instead of them to consult the gods, for the gods to know them, they left the gods and they went searching for a powerless God, a God that doesn't exist. So then they lost everything. So the gods today, I stand on the power given to me by my ancestors that the gods are not supposed to be blamed. Our ancestors, somehow they made a mistake by searching for a supreme God and what? Living or abandoning the smaller gods that they are with us, protecting us always. And they were searching for a God that was created by their oppressors. So our ancestors or the gods are not supposed to be blamed. Yes, now they did a mistake. Are we learning from the mistake, me and you? And I say to shout out to you. And let's say we shout out to you. Bismarck, shout out to you wherever you are. If our ancestors left our abosom and they were searching for a supreme God, and because of that we were enslaved, what are we doing now? We are still searching for the same God. Instead of us to see that our ancestors were seeing the earth as what? Heaven. So they were paying homage to the river bodies. They were paying homage to the trees. So they have rules and laws that say that at this moment or today, don't go to the sea because they respect nature. They were giving homage to nature. Instead of us to go back, learn how to pay homage to nature, we are still living our creatures. We have left our water bodies. We are destroying our water bodies. And on Sunday and Saturdays, Fridays, we go to pray for a God that doesn't exist. Now tell me, who is foolish? Tell me. Okay, that time they were foolish. And we are still repeating the same. That means we are 100% foolish than them because we are not learning anything from them. But we learn from mistakes. It is only a fool who doesn't learn from his or her mistakes. So if our ancestor did some mistakes, why are we not learning from it? If it is a fool who doesn't learn from mistakes, then me and you, Jimmy. Thank you, Ajoalinda. Respect. Love you. Kobe Wona say, I always say this and I'll repeat it always. Whenever you are to rescue someone who is being tied up by hands at the back against pillar, it is very simple. But when they tie their brains, they tie their brains against a book, it is very difficult. But small, we will know the truth. Odinga the winner, Kobe Bega bro. Greetings to all our people. I am coming there. This is just the beginning. Sorry, I don't even see the comment. Sorry, man. Sorry. I don't even see the comment because I'm on heat. You know, I'm on heat. My brother, we are not supposed to what? Continue the same mistake. They knew who God is. They knew there are gods. But instead of them to do that, they did a mistake. And mistakes are bound to happen. Mistakes are bound to happen. But what is important is that we have to learn from your mistakes. Are we learning from their mistakes? Are we learning from it? So now I am telling you that from the book of Kwame Nkrumah, African Unite, he was a witness. Kwame Nkrumah was a witness because he gained independence for what? For Ghana. When Kwame Nkrumah was given the office, he said, when I went inside the office, there wasn't even a pin for me to know who I am. Kwame Nkrumah made an alternative statement. He said, however, or whoever the slave masters are, being British, being Portuguese, they are all the same. They use different tactics to enslave us, but they were all for one mission. Don't say these people helped these people. People are saying that the white people helped, South Africa. These people, the Danish people, no. They used a tactics to enslave us, but they were all for one mission. What was the mission? The mission is to get rid of us, to take care of our resources, to go on enslaving us, and we are going to be their slaves. How was it? One, religion, using the Bible and this God, and we are still following it. We are still following it. That means, like I said, we don't learn from their mistakes. My brother, it's a time that we are supposed to go back. Sunday, I am going to teach you. Now you are going to understand some things. That it wasn't a mistake of the gods when you consult them. I was saying that, let me give you a scenario, not a scenario. What happened? How come I am saying the gods were powerful and some people use the gods to overcome the Oyibo man? The only thing, history is going to repeat themselves. They tried to bury us, but they didn't know that we were seed. When you try to bury a seed, it goes on germinating. The more you bury, the more it germinates. Let me give you something that happened. How our gods were so powerful that when we go back to give them what is needed, we are going to be too powerful. It happened in reality. Now, the first kingdom that served as an example is the Ashanti kingdom. The Ashanti kingdom. They tried to bury all our history. They tried to do everything. Like I said, Kwame Nkrumah said they didn't give him a penny. They spoiled, they bent everything about us so that we forget our history. But as I'm saying, we were seeds. They bury us and we germinate. History is going to repeat itself. Not knowing Ashanti kingdom was going to set us an example. How? Do you know? If you don't know today, I am telling you, start research. The kingdom that the British people couldn't enslave them was the Ashanti kingdom. Do you know that we fought with the British and we defeated them using our gods? Question. Maybe I'm going to show you if we use gods to fight. Is it true? Are they powerful? This is an example. Maybe you don't know. Maybe you think when the white men they just came to enslave us just like that because the gods were not powerful. History, let's go back. The wars happened for several years. It didn't happen for 3 years. It didn't happen for only 2 years, or they didn't use only 1 day. Now listen. There was a war that happened between the British and the Ashantis. And the Ashantis defeated them using our gods, using our voodoo, as you may say, using the juju, as you may say. Now, did it happen? Yo, did that happen? Go back and research. Or you might know. If you know that the British people, they fought with us, and we used the juju, we used the gods to what? To defeat them. Now come back to your senses. So, there was a time where we used the juju to defeat the British. Why is it that we are always saying that our gods are not powerful? Yes, it happened. And today I am telling you, there was a time we used the juju, we used the gods to what? To defeat them. And that happened in the Ashanti region. It happened twice. History might repeat itself, and we are here. There are some things we might say, you might not get it in a book. So don't be book-minded. Say whatever I'm come to tell you is in the book. I am even telling you some ancestors, even the elders, they pour libation. They don't know that there is something called asase efua. Asase efua. They say ochedi ampon, asase ya. But connecting to my ancestors, I have gotten to know that there is asase efua. That is the spiritual mother in the ancestral world. They also believe or know that there is a God who is what? Over them. So she is called Asasi Efua. You cannot get it in a book. I got it by meditation. I got it by connecting to my ancestors. So I am telling you that I stand on the mandate given to me by my ancestors. Listen to what your ancestors are saying today. That they did a mistake. Let's refrain from the mistakes. Let's go back to our roots. Let's go and know what our names are. Next week, I am going to teach you why should we go back to our roots. Why should we go and take our ancestors' self? And you will know how powerful we are going to be. To me, the only way we can defeat them is not technology. Forget. You might say that me, Jimmy, or what? It's not technology, because even if it is technology, the god of technology is living in Africa. You don't even know. People are great teachings. Thank you. If it is technology that we are going to use to defeat the Ojibo man, our oppressors, the technology god, the god of technology is living in Africa. We are blind. We are blind, and we are still following them. We are still putting them. We are serving them. They are our gods. You want technology god? He is living in Africa. Who brought technology? Go to Egypt. Do you know Imhotep? Do you know Imhotep? You don't even learn. You think the woman brought you aeroplane? You want technology? The best technology that was not going to be harmful to human was from Africa. You don't even know, my brother. Go to Egypt and learn. Go and learn Kemet. To give you an example, how was the pyramid built? Do you know Imhotep? You don't even know. Do you know civilization started from Africa? If civilization started from Africa, you think we were not writing? Do you know what is hieroglyphics? And they tell you, when they came here, our ancestors were not even wearing dress. They were walking naked. And you believe that? Yo, this was what somebody actually did. And like I'm telling you, the brain is a powerful application given to us by the Creator. Who told you that when the Ojibo man came, we didn't know what gold was? Hey! That history from today, rebranded. Take that shit off from your head. That when they came here, we didn't know what gold was. They gave our ancestors mirror and they took our gold. It's a fake story. The Ojibo man, the oppressor, the white man, he spoiled our story, and he wrote it to favor him. And he made you to believe that your ancestor didn't know anything. Who is the richest man on earth? It's Mansa Musa from Mali, the Timbuktu Empire. Go and learn. Go and research, my brother. We are still following them. We are still believing in their history. And you think we are going to prosper? So, the gods are not supposed to be blamed, my brother. That was a mistake that was done by our ancestors. But we are learning from it today. Another one I am going to tell you is that secret is powerful. Our ancestors, most of them, they review the secret. So, if you review your secret, and not now, we are learning from their mistakes. We are not supposed to go on repeating. If you go on repeating, we are foolish than them. Damn, my brother. The brain, let's rebrand it. We need brain sanitizers. Huh? We need brain sanitizers. So these are what we are supposed to do, to learn from their mistakes. We have to learn from their mistakes, and I'm going to teach you the mistakes, and we need to refrain from it. We don't have to continue doing it. When I saw the mistakes they did, I was like, yo, if I continue, I am being so stupid. So no matter what my family is going to say, I have seen the truth. I don't want to repeat the mistakes. And people, listen. Your grandchildren will be repeating the same words. If you die today, you are an ancestor. Don't you know that? If you die today, you become an ancestor, whether you like it or not. And also your grandchildren are going to repeat the same thing. Our ancestors were foolish. It affects you. Are we going to refrain from the mistakes? Are we going to learn and start teaching our generation? My brother. That's why I am serious. I can't even sleep. Like when I listen to some old people talking about our history, talking about the powerful or the things that God they do for us, I'll be like, what happened? My brother, if they did a mistake, let's refrain from that. So another mistake, they reveal the secret. Secret is so powerful. If you reveal your secret, people are going to use it. And now, up to date, Africa, we are revealing our secret to the Western West. That's the way to enslave us. Come on. Let me take some water. I'm thirsty. Damn. If we go on continuing, we are still repeating the mistakes, but we have to learn from history. History taught us that they betrayed us. History taught us that they betrayed us. Talking about the gods we serve. If you even travel and you tell somebody that, what is your name? And you say that my name is Paul, they will laugh at, don't you know that they laugh at us, still bearing the names of them? Hey! We are still repeating the same mistakes, or we are so foolish like them, my brother. Let's repent. Now, many people also say that our ancestors, they sold themselves. They sold themselves for gold. How can they sell themselves for gold when we were taking control of gold? Because we were thinking that they didn't know what gold was. That is how they meant. We knew what gold was. We knew what gold was. Not men find show with him say now the gold. They are lying. We knew it. We were using it. We were trading with even the Chinese people already. Don't you read? Now, some happened. Go deep about culture, may I say. I will go deep. Sunday, meet me again. We are going to continue part 2. Something happened whereby some sold some. I said today, I'm going to tell you the truth. Something happened whereby some had to sell, some kings had to sell some people. You will understand today why. Now, after we were going for their God, their Jesus and their God, and we became weak because we were spiritually inclined, and it were the gods that were teaching us and helping us. So when we abandoned them and we were searching for that God, me and you are still searching for, that doesn't exist and it's not powerful. It was powerless. Our ancestors were searching for them because they were spiritually inclined. I've already said it. So when you get time, I'm going to put on my YouTube and you listen. Now it became what? Weak, and we have already sold our secret out. So they know our secret, and they have what? Weakened our spirituality and our brain. So now, yes, they had the opportunity. Now they came to enslave us in some time. Listen to when or how some people sold some people. And I'll ask you a question. If it were you, what will you do? Listen on. If it were supposed to be you, what will you do? And we will judge if they were foolish or they sold us. Now, they have gotten the opportunity. They have gotten our loopholes and all that. Now, there were people that were still powerful. Let me finish with the Ashanti Kingdom. So the Ashanti Kingdom defeated the British using the juju, using our voodoo and stuff like that. So they were powerful. And how did they overcome us? Now, they have to what? Got allies with our that time there were tribal wars too, so they became, or they have allies with the other people, like example with the Dentura, with the Ewes. Now the British formed allies with them, and those people, because Ashanti was what? The powerful empire, they were all envy Ashanti, and enviness is another one. So take enviness from outside from you today, because there were already tribal marks, and Ashanti was able to defeat British. After they were all serving Ashantis, and definitely, the other tribes are going to what? Going to join them, and that is how they were able to defeat Ashanti. If not, they can never defeat Ashanti, because we were serving the gods. When we were going to war, we first asked from Okonfuamachi. We first asked from the gods, what are we supposed to do? And the gods will say that do this, do that, do that. And Ashanti Kingdom, we are going to win our wars. So who will tell you that the gods are not powerful? They deceived us. So now, don't be deceived too. Now they have gotten the opportunity and they have enslaved us. Some of the kings, some of the people who were already searching for this God, now they are also going to accept. Because they were searching for the God, and the only way they told them to see that God is through Jesus. And they were the people who were teaching them Jesus. So definitely, if you become too spiritually, you would like to go and see that supreme God. So now they are also going to serve these people. But what you have to know today is that not all of your ancestors, some didn't accept it. Today, get to know, it might be your ancestor who didn't accept because he didn't want you to follow something that is powerless. Take it like that, and you see how you some of your ancestors, they said that they are going to kill themselves to serve a Jesus, to serve a God. They have to what? Kill themselves. So not all your ancestors, and some of them that didn't or were not searching for God, they were not enslaved. And not all of the people were taken out from Africa just like that. We were meant to believe that, I said, they took all Africans just like we were just animals. No. Some left the gods. If you left the gods, you are powerless. So they are going to defeat you. So many of them that were so spiritually, that's why today I'm telling you, don't be too spiritually inclined. It is not everything that is a spirit. Common sense. So mistake again that they did was they were too spiritually. Biblian organs are spirit. It is not anything that it is spirit, my brother. Use the common sense. Common sense, you use it. Menza Bonza, they consult traditional heritage, may I say. Use it. And if you become too spiritually, Anna, when you're even fighting with your girlfriend, you think it is spirit that is doing that. Look at all these. If you are living with your husband and you are having a friend is saying, if you are having like Topabi Krampona, they will call you, Nana Shady, please, I am having fight with my husband. Can you help me spiritually? It is not anything that is spiritually. If you are living with your wife and you are not obedient to him, if you are not obedient, number one, your marriage is not going to prosper. This is not something spiritually. Africans, it is something that we are like that. Whether you like it or not, we are spiritually inclined. And too spiritually. That is why we are suffering. That is why we are all going to church. Because we want a God to help us. We want Jesus to help us. No! Common sense has to tell you that even your ancestors, that they were serving bosom and they were powerful, no? They were what? Working. They read to eat. Common sense. So your ancestors were using common sense. They were too spiritually. So if today I am telling you, if you are too spiritually, you are still what? You are still the same mistake. Oh yeah, the same mistake. Don't be too spiritually, my brother. If you want money, don't go to anybody for money. Don't be doing that. There's a spirit going to give you money. Your ancestors were not doing like that. So learn the ways of your ancestors and you will understand them. You will not blame them. No, we are supposed to blame ourselves now. My brother, I love when you educate what belongs to us. Let's go back and understand the whole thing well. I am telling you, your ancestors, they never sold you. If your ancestor is going to sell you or sold you or whatever it is, they should have done that before the coming of the Europeans. Have you sat down to ask yourself? If they were happy to sell us, if they were so happy to sell us they were supposed to sell us already, or they didn't have to give birth to us. Why would they sell us and they will give birth to us? It doesn't make sense. But that history that you believe was written by your oppressor, for you to see that your ancestors did all the things they did were evil. Today I am here to tell you that none of your ancestors sold you. My diasporans especially, I'll be talking to them and, no, your ancestors sold us. That's why we are suffering in America. My brother, your ancestor didn't sell you. He never sold you. If he wanted to sell you, it was supposed to be so easy. When the Igbo man come, they will say that yes, we want to sell you people. Not to fight with them. They loved you. They wanted our heritage to remain, so they fought with them. If they want to sell you, it's so simple. Okay, this is my child. Just take him out. But they fought. Let's come back to our senses. Ofayao, CSF. I've been receiving such calls, so people think once I said I'm out of religion, I have some powers. They think I have some powers, calling me for spiritual things. My brother, the only thing I can teach you is how to get connected with nature, how to get connected with your ancestors, because when the Ojibo man, when your enslavement, they came to see that we are powerful. How were we powerful? Because we were able to consult or connect with nature, connect with the moon, connect with the sun, connect with spirits. That's how we were so powerful. And we have left that. Damn. We have left that, and we are still thinking that it is evil. And to me, no man, why age me? Any ancestors? Why would age me? Our names. You don't even know the name that is on you. You don't even know the name is an energy, the God living in you. So the more you mention Kwame, Ama, you revive your spirit. What's it? You are called Paul. Your ancestors took the name Paul. My friend is called Paul here. My cousin wants to be a Paul. I'll go change your name. Your ancestors, they accepted Paul and they enslaved you. And when I was saying only Nyansan, Paul and also Elizabeth now also. You are still using Joseph. What's it? Your ancestors they were foolish. My brother, it is the truth. We this generation, we will shall pass. We will not know anything. We don't even know. Now, if you're living in Ghana and mistakenly a snake bites you, what will happen? If there is not an immediate car, you are going to die. Snake bite. Snake bite. If a snake beats you in your house and there is no car now, 21st century, you are going to die. Why? Those times, if the snake beat you, your grandmother, your grandfather, he will just pass there, bring a leaf. He will just speak something and put the leaf there, and the poison will just vomit. Where's that power? Where is that power? Now, when you I did maybe I see someone I say Charlie, the poison will come out. What are we learning now? Vaccine. We need vaccine. Me say we will shall pass. We want a generation. We will shall. Yeah, some rough. Coronavirus one yentimi nya bibia. I can't just on another one come here. We don't know science. We don't know anything. Apu kai. Now, Bema to go low sperm count. Low sperm count. We can't even solve low sperm count. This is the cheapest thing an African is supposed to solve. We don't even know how to solve low sperm count because we are taking pills. Pills. You are a man. Low sperm count. You can't even solve it naturally by using the natural plant. You have to go to hospital for low sperm count because the knowledge of our ancestors that they knew all this, we are saying that it is evil. And somebody have been living for 40 years with low sperm count. Hey, wait out. I don't want to use some words. I don't want to use it because we need to go back and learn that. Next week, next Sunday, I'm going to teach what we are supposed to go for. Why are we supposed to go back? And you see the knowledge. You will see, because hey. Yabon, we don't know anything. Without connecting with anything, already they have given us the brain. That's what we need to use to love ourselves and use the common sense. That's it. The common sense, not American. We use common sense. No, not everything is spiritually. Not everything. Now we are framing. I have an issue with my husband. Can you help me spiritually? Hey. That is why you are still following pastors for anointing oil. And I mean, please, if you're having issue with your husband, obey your husband. You are following spiritually for marriage. Common sense is supposed to tell you that respect your husband. If you don't respect your husband, there is going to be problem. You don't need spiritual thing. You don't need bosom for anything. Common sense. Your ancestors knew it. They used the common sense very well. And until every day, when they are working out, they put one day there. Why? Because they know nature. So they give a day. This day, don't go to the forest. They believe, they know, they respect nature. Common sense say, and nature is supposed to grow. It's not every day we have to go there to be reading. No. Give them even the water. They pay respect. Now let's look at what is happening. And you are telling me that we are our ancestors were paying homage, respect to water bodies. Who are you to throw rubbish into a river? Look at now that we are following Jesus and God, look at our water bodies. Because we think they are evil. And if you are living with a water body and you make it filthy, Massa, Africa, if we don't go back to our roots to see that we need to pay homage to plants, to human bodies, to nature, we are going to suffer. We are going to suffer because nature is gold, it's diamond. The diamond, the gold that we have, we can't even take care of it, but we want to go and work on the one in heaven. Hey, yeah. JKO, our ancestors suffered for us, but yen dear, ye Jimmy too. I don't understand why. They give prophet more fire, nana. Only one help can kill hundreds of sickness. Her power is real. Evangelist Nekachira one. Na coronavirus is we don't know anything. When our generation we shine. We don't know anything compared to our ancestors, and they will say that somebody will say that our ancestors didn't do anything. They suffered for you. They fought for you. If they didn't want to fight for you, when the Europeans came, they would just leave it. Okay, we don't care for them. Have you sat down to sit down to analyze things? Have you? And we are still repeating the mistakes they did. Jimmy Kurasi, we will fool past them. Let me tell you, we fool past them. It is time for us to understand. Today I came here to tell you that the gods are not supposed to be blamed. Yes, there were some mistakes that was done by our ancestors, but we are still repeating it. Are we learning from their mistakes? It is a fool who doesn't learn from his or her mistakes. So if we are not learning from our mistakes, let's accept it that so we are searching for God. Instead, we are still waiting for heaven instead of us to take care of our land. Hey, Jimmy, Miriam. Hey, Jimmy. This is what Sandro is saying. Exactly. Look, if pastors use the name of Jesus to cure low sperm count in our various churches, why won't we consider the ancient knowledge and medication as evil? Right now, right now, if you go to church, the pastors are even touching the dick of people and telling them that low sperm count go. Jesus can cure low sperm count. Can prayer solve low sperm count? We will fool past our ancestors. We low sperm count compare baby when ya a pear avocado say avocado pear no. The seed in the avocado pear no make free. The seed in the avocado pear you can when you grind it, put it outside the sun. When you put it outside the sun will scorch it and it becomes like Milo. In the morning and in the night, serve it as what? Tea. Low sperm count. Hey, me, I've always been praying to my ancestors. I've always been talking to them that they should give me only that knowledge, the healing power of herbs. And that's the only thing I want. To help people, because right now, if you are in the bush, if you are living in your house and a snake bites you, if there is no car, you are going to die. This shows that we will not know anything. Don't you understand what I'm saying? I hope you understand what I'm saying. We science. You are saying the Brunei brought science. I don't want to talk much. Next Sunday or next week, I will bring you why we are supposed to go back. I will come and teach you. I will show you some things our ancestors were doing. When we go for it, we become powerful. The black man is different from the white man. It works. Yo, make you not go back, go learn your ancestors things, then protect yourself. Make that kind of go protect my body. I go use my brother. Next week, if you want to call, let me pin the number so that I can receive some calls. +57318 517 I can receive some 1 or 2 calls. +57318 88517 643. WhatsApp. Only WhatsApp. +57318 88517 643. You understand? Don Wazi, I see you. Princess Lenny, hi, beautiful people watching. Who read that book that the gods are not to be blamed? That is so literate. The gods are not to be blamed. You understand what is going on? You understand? So call me on WhatsApp. Let's share our ideas. That is the number +57318 517 643. My brother, the gods are not supposed to be blamed. Even that time there were gods that were living with us and we were paying homage. Remember, we don't worship any god. Remember, we don't worship any ancestor. Remember, we don't worship any god. What we do is we pay homage. But there are some people that worship. Those are the people that are called the fetish priests. It is their duty. So when there is sickness or when there is something bad, we don't consult the gods. I have to teach you all this. We consult the fetish priest. The fetish priest is the one who serves as the mediator in the spiritual world and the physical world. So we, the people, we don't worship. We need to understand African spirituality. And people will say that you worship tree, you worship water. Who worship water? So are you saying that Jesus don't have any power? George, I don't know what to say. Jesus never existed. Let me use it that way. He never existed, not to talk about having power. No. That was what they used to enslave us, because we were spiritually inclined and they told us that story. We went to search for it and we left the powerful spirit. I'm watching you live from Obuasi. Hey, Charlie, salute to all my Obuasi people. Mensa, Gaza, Mensa, you are from Wati. The person made this CSF about Obuasi because what do you ever feel? Say nanano eju kwanya catch them me mouth was say we will come house. Because Obuasi we need to set something going on. There are some little pastors in Obuasi omu di amanfo ire no. Ha, me say that messy Obuasi no. Please, if you want to share your ideas, call me and let's go. +5731888. I would like to take 1 or 2 calls. Only WhatsApp, please. Only WhatsApp. So the gods are not supposed to be blamed. Ike Mensa, which part of Obuasi are you watching from? Shout out to all my Obuasi people. Kriki, Wawase, Bossman, Charlie, me mama shout out. Ghetto phone, you know, mama shout out. I be ghetto boy, you know. Charlie, the gods are not supposed to be blamed. They made us understand that our everything about ours no. How can they wrote the story for us? Imagine, they wrote the story for us. So definitely our story is going to look evil. It's the same thing if you are given the mandate to write your story at the expense of somebody. That is how it's going to be. Somebody is calling and I'm not. You understand? So let's go back. What I'm speaking, what I'm teaching. When I teach about, let me call you back. Connect. They were powerful. They were so powerful. But a mistake happened. If you are late, get time and listen to how and where I started. Being too spiritually, it is a mistake. Not anything is spiritual. Yo, hello. But you didn't be free.
Hello.
Yeah, but you didn't be free. What do you mean? No, wait to me engine also. That is the number I've pinned over there. Speak to me. Do you have any question? Have you been having problem like, hey, I was on somewhere and our ancestors call upon us? We are going to show you there is nothing evil. Nothing evil that your ancestors were doing. Some people were saying, what about tribal wars? Wars has been existing since 19 Kojohoho. It has been existing. Tribal wars has been existing during those times, even in ancient Kemet. It is something that has been happening. But what you have to understand is that even the tongue and the teeth, they fight, but they always come together. It is the same thing as you are living with your family. Even with your friends, you fight, but we come together. That doesn't mean that if you are fighting with your family and somebody comes inside, you'll be like, I am fighting with my mom, so kill my mom. Huh? Don't. Let's tune our mind, because these stories were there for us to see ourselves as evil. That's why we are not getting it. I think I need to restart my phone. That is why we are not getting it. They wrote the story, bent our document. Who told you we didn't know how to write? We knew it. But mostly our own way of what? Passing information was oral. And you will see that an ancestor, so our elders will call us and they will speak to us. We were morally and orally writing. So we were like that. We are just we are lost. If we are lost, are we still continuing? Are we still lost? No. If we say that our ancestors are foolish, like I'm telling you, your grandchildren are going to tell you are also foolish. Do you want it to repeat itself? History taught us that they betrayed us. Be very careful. That is the number pin over there. So if you really want to speak to me, just call me. We need to go back to our roots. Tell your people. Start telling them that, yeah, I've been learning a lot. And I was thinking, tell them something. Let them also start to research. Let's tell the word our history. The word told us our history. It is time for me and you to take our history and let the world know ours. When I was pouring libation someday, I went outside to pour libation, and the people over there, they even thought what I am doing is witchcraft. Why? Because that is how the world have sold us to them. In Colombia, I was pouring libation. So when I finished, one of the boys called me and he was like, yo, I'm curious. I want to know what you did. And I was like, I was praying. I was connecting to nature. And he was like, do you know why? And I said, why? He said, all the people sitting here think you are a witch, or what you are doing is witchcraft. I was like, you know what? Do you know what I said to him? I was like, you know what? Ignorance is a disease and I am not the cause. So you all sitting here, you are sick. You don't know. Why won't you research? And I asked him a question. Why do you also think that what I am doing is witchcraft? And he said, yes, I am right. It's ignorance. The Western world sold our history to the outside world that whatever we are doing is witchcraft. Whatever our ancestors were doing is evil. And you still believe it. You and the outside people, you are the same level, my brother. It is time for us to change. Let's go back. A mistake being a buyer. The mistake, what is the mistake? Let's go and learn from the mistake. Is it true that we were killing people? Is it true that look at this story? Let me tell you. They were telling us that when a king dies, we sacrifice somebody and we put the head in the king's. Hey, my brother, I stand on the authority of my ancestors. If there is something like that, they should come out. There's nothing like that. Nobody is going to serve anyone at the ancestral world. A story. The white man made you believe that. Go to your hometown. Go to the museum. Go to the palace and find out. We are still believing in the history that was written by our oppressors. We are still sitting in that history. We need to change our history for the outside world. They think libation is evil. It's witchcraft. So, I'm going to change something. See, that is what they think about you too. There's time we need to go back to our senses. Teach our generation, because when the Igbo man, when they came to enslave us, they started from what? Our education. So if you go to school, you are forced to learn the things of Santiago de Azambuja. We were forced to learn about Christopher Columbus. We know it, our history. They didn't teach us about Confirmation just like so they made us forget about what belongs to us. Are you not understanding what I'm saying? Go back and let's relearn. The Bible was written in somebody's language. How did our ancestors understood that? Anyway, actually, said Jesus. How did they understand that Jesus Christ came to save us? Your ancestors didn't understand anything, because even the language they didn't understand. So sit your ass down. Also researching. And open a best. Start researching. You'll be like me. You'll be like Abraham Ben Moshe. You'll be like the people say, you understand why we are always saying they what do you most starting researching? What's it? Most starting more research. You'll be like, so we're working. Now pebbles, ready. Kwame Nkrumah was somebody who existed. Somebody who said that our ancestors they don't exist. Who told you our ancestors they don't exist? Kwame Nkrumah is an evidence. We don't learn. That's the whole mistake. We don't learn. Kwame Nkrumah is an evidence. When I'm praying, I call upon him. So somebody who existed. If you call on Jesus, the Jesus existed. Unnim knows say Medinechi. Unnim Jesus was poor friend. More than one travel. Look at something. I'm going to show you. This is Kwame Nkrumah book. Look, powerful PDF. Kwame Nkrumah was existed until when he was getting, when he took off, he took when he took office, when these white people, when they left our country and they gave the office to Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, he is a witness. So learn some, make we learn, make we learn. Look, PDF no, you go see say it be pen, I'm the pen natural. Charlie, make you people call me for PDF. Me won't be me. It is better. Kwame Nkrumah be can say much them. See, you see how he did? To the meba. Papa, Kwame Nkrumah natural. So look, if not go learn, you don't go learn. And Jimmy, we go sit down and we go watch Kunkum Bagia. Kunkum Bagia and Kwasi Asamu Kwana Akaye. See. I don't know what I'm saying. Charlie, move forward to me. See, Africa must unite. You see, better. Africa must unite. Kwame Nkrumah. I've been searching for this, and it was expensive. That's how they do. And the books that we even wrote it, they stole everything, and now it is expensive for a black man to buy. It is expensive for us to even buy our books. Yes, I can see that somebody is calling, but the WhatsApp, it doesn't show. I think I need to restart my phone. I can hear the sound like somebody is trying to call. I've seen many calls, but if I call back, it doesn't. Let me call back. You understand? Even the books that were written, Some people wrote books. Don't believe that our ancestors didn't know how to write. Hello? Yeah, what do you mean?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, what do you mean?
Mr. Wankapa.
Aha, good evening, if you can speak English, it will be better. If you can't speak Chi, Yanko.
Obinko Bini, Ghana. Michelle, no Shefu.
Yanko.
Hello. But what do you mean?
Yeah, Yanko, Obieti.
Mepese minka maakne kaka de tem se history na ye nim no enu nti na ma ya twen ye ho afri yen culture and yen belief system so because who yen asete na de kotu school mu obroni ho asem kwa no mo kire.
Exactly.
They don't teach us our own story, our own history, no. Asian civilization, no. I was very sad. Say, I don't know. Yeah, drop Obama at that exercise book, and then maybe some alpha. He said, "We here, man. I say, we here, Obama, the former president of United States. Now you drop a fufuado so the exercise book. Maybe I say we here, man. Or so in the park because Obama wants to make a channel by then.
You see?
I am a baby, I bought some fun power and got the internet now, Homa, abroad, that time. The thing is, they make the summon. Now you don't give me the respect I'm in here. There's no way I will also respond to your call.
That is it, and that is how the gods work.
Because you don't respect me. You don't respect me, so you think I also respond to you? No. So the best thing is we should go back and learn from our ancestors.
Thank you.
Without that, there's nothing.
Thank you.
Nothing, bro.
And that's it. You know, one of my aspirations is that we will get a president who is conscious. That is going to change our education system. All our education system, we are learning about the Ojibo man. Our education system, because if our kids go to the school, that is what they are going to learn. And now BI and religious and moral studies, they will be teaching them. We are all going to see what is going to happen. But I cannot do it alone, my brother. You cannot do it alone. That's why I'm calling for Africa. Let's unite. Let's make the world know about our history. I am going to leave you here. Sunday, if I'm able to come on Sunday, please join me. 10:30 or 11 o'clock. Can you subscribe to my YouTube page? Subscribe to my YouTube page. It's a new one, Shady's Media GH. I'm going to put all my videos. I teach about African spirituality, how to get connected with your ancestors, how to protect yourself using some leaves and all that. We are still learning about the leaves, calling upon them and all that. There is coming a full moon. We don't even know. Full moon is coming. Monday is Fojwo. We don't even know. Fojwa is a sacred day. These are some of the things our ancestors were doing. My name has always been Nanayao Prekun. You can call me Evangelist Nanayao Prekun, and I will respond. I am an evangelist for my ancestors, or Nana Shady, as many people have been calling me. Therefore, your best answer Asia. May the Bibiara said, "Me fremo, mobiti me asem." Bye.